Welcome back. Now, if you're a Capitec customer, expect more interaction with AI tools and automated chatbots. This as the lender turns to increased use of generative AI to help solve customer queries quicker. Business Day's Mudiwa Gavaza joins us with more detail in our Tech Tuesday newsroom crossing. Thank you so much for your time, Mudiwa. Now, would this generative AI be directed at staff use or customer use? Really, what would the AI push be aimed to solve for?
So interestingly, a couple of weeks ago, we had an engagement with the team from Capitec as well as the team from Amazon together. And we spoke specifically about customer service. I think all of us, would agree that customer service, and when I say customer service, I'm talking call centers, calling banks, calling government, all of that stuff is usually not a nice experience. So the question was, hey guys, are you guys perhaps maybe looking to use AI as a way to help you, in that process, especially on two major points? I'm sure if you've ever called a call center, one of the things that's most annoying is being passed on from one person to another.
Yes.
And having to explain your life story each time, right?
Yeah.
So surely there should be an AI, sort of let's call it a co-pilot. You are customer service staff, you are interacting, let's say, Zanati calls, and then, she's been struggling with something for like 4 days. That AI should be able to collate to say, guys, Zanati has called twice every day for the last 4 days. These are issues, boom, boom, boom. I suggest, or it suggests, a possible course of action. So it was that type of framing, and Capitec did confirm that they're already working on that type of implementation.
It's quite interesting because I know that Capitec really values that human touch element of customer service. So would this not interfere with the core functions of the customer service agents?
Well, in essence, the checks and balances in most banks, should suffice to keep things above board from that point of view. And also, something like that, we keep hearing that AI is here as an assistant as opposed to something that's going to take your job. And at least the way that Capitec framed it to us is that in this particular case, you're just trying to assist, people to be a little bit more efficient. Let's get through these calls faster, as opposed to let's get the AI to handle things. Let's get the human being to just, handle all of these things at a faster rate, and just, so that you spend less time, on those annoying calls, going through that annoying music.
Yeah.
And, the little reminder that tells you that you're number 100 in the queue.
All right. Well, I mean, just even with AI, we know that things aren't always accurate. So did Capitec mention anything, any kind of means to monitor the quality of the data? Is that something that they are already looking at this point, or maybe it's just still too early?
Not too early. The way we understand it, they're already working on these things because the value of an AI system is usually premised on how good the data underpinning that AI system is. And, banks have, hordes of data. And at least with Capitec being a slightly newer bank than the big four, it means that there's been a little bit more digitization, right? So there's less duplication, there's less hunting, searching, all of that. So we would at least expect that they have a better, a better data set. And then I think most importantly about this whole conversation, we're talking about an AI that sort of gets ring-fenced, as opposed to it going out into the internet and searching about your life. You sort of cordon it off to just the bank's data and systems, and just the relevant pieces of data, and then you keep it moving that way. And then over time you just assess how accurate it is at deciphering problems and also making the right suggestions.
I mean, you spoke about efficiency earlier on because, yeah, of course, within this efficiency drive, would this then make Capitec ripe for expansion? The expansion drive in the financial services sector. Of course, we know that they've just been trying to branch away from the retail banking side of things, going more into business. So would this give them more room to kind of expand in that area?
I think it certainly gives them room to service more clients because one of the things that Capitec is famous for is having such a large, retail client base. So you can imagine that compared to the other banks, they probably have quite a heavy load, at least in South Africa, when it comes to, dealing with customer queries, one. And then the second piece, is the fact that, as you said, they are expanding, I believe, it was a Mercantile Bank that they
Yes, Mercantile
acquired,
Bank, yes.
yeah, acquired a few years ago. And you can imagine that if you really plan yourselves very well, who knows the type of offerings you can have in business banking, private banking, just personal banking. That where you reduce, the time that people are, I guess, interacting with your call centers and the little things like that, I would
Yeah.
suspect, at least on a consumer basis and even on a business base, would likely get even more people to come on board.
Well, it's going to be quite interesting to see how this filters through. Thank you so much for your time and for your insights there, Mudiwa. Much appreciated. That was Business Day's Mudiwa Gavaza.